Hi guys, welcome back to Karamia's Corner. Happy 2022. Join me today for a little journal with me session. We are going to decorate our journal pages using Craspire's wax seal stamps, and I am excited to show you how we can use them. Last time I showed you how to embellish your holiday gifts with them, and my aunt loved her present. It looks so pretty and she enjoyed opening up the gift. And we also got a chance to make a Christmas shabby chic ornament, so it turned out really beautifully. Today I pulled out some journal pages that I'm currently working on for a friend, and I thought we'd decorate these. So for this first page, I have some fabric scraps and paper scraps that we'll be using for some of our handmade embellishments. And I thought, why don't we decorate the top part of this page, and I'll leave the half empty for her to journal on. So I want to start off by making a fabric cluster. Now if you don't have fabric scraps, you can definitely use your paper to create different layers on the page, and it just adds a lot of interest in more colors. So I have this floral fabric that I think will complement that beautiful blue butterfly in a vintage eyelet trim that I think I'll put at the bottom there. So I am gonna go ahead and just apply some glue, and I have my Fabri-Tac here that I'll be using. It's one of my favorite glues when it comes to adhering fabric or buttons and stuff like that. So I was recently doing a little after Christmas shopping online, and I was exploring Craspire's website, and I usually buy their wax seal heads because they are interchangeable, and was surprised to see the wide variety of handles that they offered. So I am definitely going to explore that and probably buy the glass ones. They are so pretty. So have you guys started creating your layouts for your January journal? I will be in a few days. It's just been really busy, and I'm using a beautiful journal that was gifted to me by my dear crafty friend BB. Thank you so much. If you missed that Happy Mail unboxing that she had sent me, make sure to check it out. So now that we have the fabric down, I have a few more of these scraps. Now what you want to remember is you don't want to make your embellishments too bulky on the page, so I'm going to stick to those two fabrics. And I really loved how the faux pearl trim looked on our ornament, so I want to use it as a frame for our wax seal. So just positioning it and seeing how it should look on there. I am going to use my glue gun, and I almost forgot, I have to take out, here it is, my little finger protectors that Terry gave me. I finally put these two in the same spot. I usually craft by the kitchen, so my craft drawer is upstairs in our guest room. So one of my subbies, Misty, suggested that I put them in the same spot, and I sure did, and so that's why I'm using it today. But I'm still getting used to it. I am a creature of habit, and I'm so used to not having it around. But we will definitely put that to good use. So let's glue this down here. I'm just going to overlap these two and press that in place, and just put this over on top. Oop. And I'm just going to trim that to size, and then we'll add our wax seal. So here it is. Just get rid of the stringy glue, and that's in place. So I have an oval little frame here, so we will be using one of these. I'm thinking we'll go with the pink so that there is a little bit of contrast between the blues, and I think it'll look beautiful on top. So put a little bit of glue again on our fabric. And then we will just set that in place. So here is our fabric cluster for one of our journal pages. I think it came out really beautifully. So now let's work on the next one. I have a couple more pages to work with here. We have these two and a journal card there. So I think I'll work with this one in just a minute. And we have this one that's really plain. And I think we should use some of our paper scraps. One of my other favorite things when I make my journals are creating some tuck spots, and one of the ones you can use for your scraps are creating belly bands. I'm going to make one that's a vertical belly band and it's a side one. And just picking through here to see which one we should use. I want it to look a little bit more scrappy because it is a junk journal. So here's one, and I love the color of the pink there and the florals, so I'm going to go ahead and distress this one here just to give it an aged look. So this is a wonderful way to use up your scraps. If you're like me, I tend to hoard all kinds of paper and I have my favorites that I don't want to use, but it's time to use those and take them out. So creating these little clusters, and this time we're making a paper cluster for a belly band, is a great way to use your scraps and a great way to embellish your journals. So that is distressed. I'm just gonna go ahead and see which pieces of paper we'll be using here. I have some craft paper, let's see, some book page, little floral black and white piece there. I see a map here, so I'll probably be using that too. Yeah. So what I want to do for this one is I'm just going to lightly glue my paper on top of that strip. And I'm going to stitch it. So I'll put the craft on here first. These are so much fun to use. And again, there is, it's just go with the flow. There's no, the more imperfect it looks, the better actually. So I'm just laying it out. Creating again contrasts. We have a blank background with the craft paper, so we have that busy map that looks good on top of that. And then underneath, I'm thinking, because there's already words on the map, so here are some of the papers I've used. I will just go ahead and add some lace, and then I'm going to be stitching that. I'm going to glue it lightly and run it through my sewing machine, and then I will be back. So here it is, guys, all stitched. Now it's time to add our square little wax seal stamp, and I love this one. This one has lavenders on it and I love the shape. Put some glue on the back there. And it's fun to pre-make your wax seals too, because it's, you can use them whenever you need them, and that's what I've done here. And I think that is set. I'm just measuring it on the page to make sure we have the right size, and it is. So I'm going to apply some glue to hold it down just on the top of our strip and the bottom side. You can definitely use Elmer's glue or other types of glue. I'm just using my Fabri-Tac. So I will press that and let that dry. So we have created our belly band paper cluster and decorated it with that beautiful seal. So next we have one more page here, and this one has a pocket. And this is a perfect place for our journal card. Now this is a pretty small card, and once you put it in there, it'll sink. So I thought we would make a journal tab pull. And again, you can use paper or fabric. So I'm going to be using some fabric. This one's a little too small for this, so I'm going to use this larger piece here. I'm going to run it through my sewing machine again just to stitch that in place. And I'll be back. So you can use ribbon and trim as well. So here it is, all stitched up. I have this circle one, but this one has a whale and a celestial feel to it, so I'm going to go ahead and use not quite the color. Let's use this one here, our teal, and I put some wax gilding on there. Press that down, and just like that you already have a little tab pull. So the wax seal gives the fabric a little bit more stability, so it's not, you know, flimsy, and you can see how it stands right there. So there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this little journal with me. We did a fabric cluster decorating our journal page. We also created a little side belly band and a journal tab pull. So I wanted to show you how you can tuck your keepsake or your journal cards in that belly band. And this one goes right in here. So if you are interested, I'll put Craspire's website down below with a special discount that you can use. Again, thanks for watching, and I will see you again soon. Thanks again for watching. Bye.